Well, hello, my friends. It's been over a month, and I am here to say that I am recovering nicely. So, if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Mouse, and this is my Healing Atom FTM support and encouragement page. I identify as non binary. I have had top surgery. I am on testosterone for 2.5 years, and my top surgery was just in June 3rd, 2022. I am still in a binder recovering from that. It is July 15th. So now you're all caught up in a nutshell. And what a journey it's been. My last video was expressing how much of a blessing it was to go through this in this incarnation. And maybe I need to back that up because I'm a firm believer. I believe that this isn't my first rodeo. Like, I've been on this planet before. I've been in an incarnation before. I believe in past lives, and I believe that I signed up for this before coming in here. So that all being said, to be able to contribute to the collective unconsciousness in this way of showing up and having this surgery and knowing from a young age that I didn't want what was growing on me, right? But also being in the 70s and 80s, not having the words or even the knowledge that this was an option for me. So to be able to do that now, I'm 56. Thank you. Uh, Assuming that you said, you don't look 56, Mouse. Uh, that I am so excited that I've been able to do this at this point in my life. So here I am. What's my job today? What am I supposed to tell you about today? It hasn't been the recovery. It's been fine. I haven't had any body pain or bruising. I've had some fluid buildup. So trigger warning on that. If talk of medical things freak you out, I'm about to do that. So fast forward a little bit. But I've had some fluid buildup and needed to go back in twice to have that drained. I really think that the binder that I went home with just wasn't tight enough, and any ace bandage that I put around me would end up just rolling down or up or whatever and just becoming like this little belt instead of this 6-inch wide swath of fabric. So just yesterday, a new binder came in the mail that I personally ordered and bought online, and it is tight and hopefully it's working. So that's where that's at. How can I encourage you on your journey today? Because some of you watching this might not even know that top surgery might be a far-reaching goal for you right now, and that's okay. That's okay. We want to make sure that I'm going to challenge you on this one. We want to make sure that we are at peace with where we are, so that when the change or the new or the different or the wish comes to fruition and it comes into your life, that we're already starting from a clear, clean vessel. So if you want to take this like working in watercolors or something, like, or if you're a painter, you at some point you got to change the water so you can have cleaner brushes, right? So you're not mixing the previous color into the next color and what have you, right? So that's where I'm going with that, like, to be that clear vessel, to be at peace. And it's not to say, it is saying accepting what is. Perhaps you're with a family that isn't particularly supportive, or one member of the family isn't, and they really get under your skin. My challenge to you would be to shift your focus. First and foremost, on you. Shift your focus on you. What do you need that you can provide for you? Because at the end of the night, it's just you and your thoughts. That other person that might be riding your tail about something, they're not there. Okay, it's you and your thoughts. And in 10 years, it's still you and your thoughts. In 40 years, it's still you and your thoughts. All right? So don't give your power away to someone else because they have an opinion or a limiting belief on how this world is supposed to be. When I'm going to bet in the back end of all of that, they're afraid of expressing their true self. All right? They've put more value on what other people think. So they're going to acquiesce, they're going to kowtow, they're going to fit the mold of what, quote, society wants them to do. What will the neighbors think? You know, particularly FTM, right? And anybody in the alphabet mafia. We get a lot of the family of origin just beating the drum and claiming what would the neighbors think, what would your grandmother think, don't tell your father, you're just making the life more difficult for yourself. It's like, no, the truth is that narrow mindset makes my life difficult. Like I'm here to help you expand in love. I'm here to help you open your eyes to what else is possible in the world. That we do not live in a binary world. We do not live in simply male, female, right? And so let's bring this back around. What is your job? You can witness that and take note of that. Because I remember when I was 14 and realized as a born female and not knowing anything else, that I liked girls. At age 14, puberty hit. I like girls. I know what I like. I like girls. I don't want to date a boy. But I also remember coming home one day and my parents just saying something about gays and lesbians in an undermined, mean-spirited joke. And note to self, I can't speak to them about this. That's what I did. I just shut down right then and I hid that part of my life from them from there on out until I got to college. And even then, I didn't say anything until I was 26. And even then, only to my mother. And then she said, "Dear God, don't tell your father." And probably because he would probably be mean and take it out on her. And that's a story for another day. Right? So your self-preservation is key. And I get it. We have these epiphanies. We have these realizations, this self-realization. This is who I am. And we want to share it with people. And ideally, we could share it with our family. And they would say, "Congratulations, we celebrate you. I'm so glad you know who you are and where you're going. How can I support you? What do you need from me?" Right? What's our next step? How do you want to handle the rest of the family? I'm here for you. And then in an ideal world, that's what would happen. And it doesn't. So, even when it does, self-preservation is super key, y'all. Okay? So what does that look like? If you're still in your teens, tweens, and 20s, it's about finding your passion. What makes your heart tick? What makes you want to get up in the morning? What, like, are you expanding your knowledge on things? Are you reading more books? Are you healing? Or are you just waking and baking and numbing it all up and forget about it? I'm just going to go down this rabbit hole and not develop any skills and woe is me. You might need to get some help to get out of that. And if you're not in therapy, please get into therapy. It's remarkable. But I want you to find your passion and I want you to eat up as much knowledge as possible. And if there's things that you need to do for yourself, like seriously, like take up yoga or go on hikes, runs, bikes, walks, do art, learn a language, travel somewhere if COVID allowing. And yeah, some of these things take finances. So then get a job that you just work to save your money, and then you save your money and you can go do this. You can go buy the binder. You can go open a P.O. box so that you can get mail to get the binders, because sometimes that's what has to happen. I understand that. But there are ways, but the priority is you. The priority is you. So I started out talking about top surgery. So if this was something that was a goal of yours, reverse engineer that. What if you can't get it until you're in your 20s and you're out of the house and you have a job? Well, what job might get me, good health insurance that gets it paid for? And, what skills do I need to learn? Right? How do I build up my resume? How do I build up my skill set? How do I create something? And a lot of people are doing things on YouTube or TikTok. I mean, if you get a certain amount of followers, you start raking in the bucks, right? So the way that I would do it when I was younger is different than the way you will do it now in 2022. There are so many more resources for you. It is about getting that desire and allowing that to pull you forward. And part of making this video, it really scares me. Simply because I'm talking to the ether, right? I know that I'm talking to you, but I don't know you, right? And putting myself out there on the interwebs forever and a day for all of prosperity to see at some point, like, okay, that's a vulnerability. And I have reached a point where not doing it scares me more than doing it. And so I need to make my face known, and I have to be seen, and I have to show up, because someone needs to hear this, that you're not alone, you can do it, and we can make a plan on how to do it. 12 minutes. I think we should end there. I could rant and rant and rant forever and a day. So instead of trying to cram it all in one, this is what I'll leave with. I would love for you to click like and subscribe, okay? Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you are, getting value out of this. And share it with your friends and those that support you, or other FTM groups. I'm on a handful of Facebook pages for the FTMs, and on TikTok as well. And I honestly feel that in this venue right here, that I could be my most authentic self. I have other YouTubes, but we don't talk about this. We talk about other life things. So you can find me there as well. Connection with Mouse is one of them. And on TikTok, I am under Make Some Changes. It was my app, Make Some Changes. So I hope you are well. I hope this lands softly and that you can gain something from it. And leave a comment if you'd like a particular topic talked about, and I'll do my best, because I do have a lot of knowledge under my belt just about life, and I've done a lot of work. So until then, I'll see you around town. Have a great day.